Hi, this is Dr. Dan Hale from Video One Publications, author and publisher of 8 best-selling books on consumer video and an expert in the field of video for over 34 years. We have the #1 website in the world that properly explains plasmas, LCDs, DLPs, neat hookup guides, useful information, anything about video basically. It's www.video123.net, not .com but .net. You also have the website at the end of this segment. Tonight's subject is plasmas versus DLP. Now, more people know about, or at least the word plasma, only because of the fact that a lot of it you see it on TV. Also, they're the cheapest of the big screens in the way of size per dollar amount, because most of the plasmas actually, especially in the 42-inch range, that's where they generally start at 42-inch. Below that, you almost certainly have to get an LCD. The reason being is because they're 1080i, 720p 1080i. That's the lowest quality of high def. The good stuff's 1080p, okay? And so basically it's 2.1 million pixels instead of half that amount. So always try to get a 1080p, especially if you plan on buying PlayStation 3, Blu-ray, high-def DVD player, or anything in the future. You don't want to be outdated before you get there. Plasmas inherently have a lot of problems, but more people know about plasmas. Suppose you were watching a TV program and a guy says, well, when I win the lottery, I'm going to buy a DLP. Most people don't know what they're talking about. So if you would say, well, when I win the lottery, I'm going to get an LCD. Well, most people immediately think of computer monitors, small handheld devices, cameras, and so forth. So the word plasma is almost invariably used on TV programs, things like that. There are many problems of plasmas that you should be aware before you buy it. If you have a lot of light in the room, you're not watching the plasma because of the glare. No glare on the DLP. Drastic temperature changes will kill a plasma. They're non-repairable under $39,000. They can't recharge the gases because they're making them cheaper and use less gas. They dissipate faster, things like that, to get it in the realm for a consumer. If you feel how warm they get, you're definitely running up your electric bill. And don't use them for gaming or computer monitors. Many new advances have been made in the way of the burn-in, but you can still get a burn-in. Anything phosphor-based. That means the old CRT picture tubes, the old rear projections, the old computer monitors, you know, the big fat computer monitors that were CRT, and plasmas, they're all phosphor-based. So those could get a burn-in. That's why you're supposed to use a screensaver, but you can't do that if you're sitting there watching Fox 5 News for hours on end. You may get a burn-in. So, my choice, of course, is a DLP and a bigger TV. Okay, LCDs would be better than a plasma. Plasma is about the worst thing that you can buy, but they are cheaper per size. That's why a lot of people are buying them, and it's cute, basically. I don't understand why a lot of people want to buy thin panels in bigger TVs. LCDs, for instance, are great, you know, for a small bathroom, a kitchen, small bedroom. I have a 20-inch in my bedroom. But in the way of the bigger TVs that people go to, they seem to be buying the plasmas, hanging them on the wall, and right below it's a 20-inch rack holding electronics, so you're not saving any space in your house. Very few houses are custom built where you can put the electronics basically in the wall. And then trying to figure out how to get the wires up without doing a wall fish to hide the wires. You got wire maintenance, that type of thing. But let's go size to size. I personally own a 57-inch DLP. I picked it specifically as a Mitsubishi because it's the only brand of TV that has 6 colors. Unlike Samsung, Sony, most of the other brands, Mitsubishi does have a lighted remote, does work audio equipment, and they patented Stretch Plus. Now what I mean by that, have you ever been to a bar, casino, friend's home where they took the analog 4x3 and stretched it out and everybody looks squinched or 15 pounds overweight? It'll look the most natural on the Mitsubishi. My TV only weighs 69 pounds. A 57-inch plasma would be pushing up to 200 pounds. Mine's only 13.9 inches in depth, but obviously I didn't want to buy a stand that was 13.9 inches. I don't even think they make them, because if you had a full-size amplifier for surround sound, it would stick out about 4 or 5 inches. So all the stands out there are 19, 20, 22 inches in depth. So you're really not saving any space in your house other than looking at it from the side at the very top of it. Of course, it's sitting on a stand most of the time that is about the same depth as what I have here in the 57-inch. Let's talk money for a minute. My 57-inch Mitsubishi DLP only cost $1,399. A Plasma the same size would run up to, and a 1080p would run you anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000. So you're spending a lot more money and getting a lot less because of cute. Okay? Have no clue why. 34 years ago I was selling the big back 25-inch TVs. Not one person said, oh my God, I can't handle the depth. I actually had 2 people back then said, do you need electricity for a TV? Because I ain't got it in my house. But nobody ever said they were thin. So it's kind of fashionable, cute, hype, whatever you want to call it. Including the CEA, which puts on the CES, is wondering why people are rushing to spend more money to get less quality all of a sudden. Can you imagine car industry? No, I really don't want the Mercedes. Can I pay you extra money for the Yugo? Doesn't make sense. Okay? I don't know who's trying to impress who out there. When people come over to my house, they, especially for football, they like 6 colors. You finally see yellow for the first time in 43 years we've had color TV. So I really don't know what the hype is about, other than you see it on TV, like the TV program Nip Tuck with the plastic surgeons, and people say, oh, wow, I'm going to get what the doctor has, you know. Why don't you get what the smart person has, and that's a DLP. Year after year, my color is going to be exactly the same. Year after year, plasmas, LCDs, everything else that came out since 1936 will have a small degenerative effect, just kind of like a car. You know, year after year, it's going to look worse and worse. I dare anybody to drive a car for 1 year, go back to the dealership, get the exact same make, model, drive it, you'll feel a little bit better acceleration, braking,